So what do those who work directly with CPD officers have to say about this report?
They question the timing of its release. And as CBS 2's Mike Martinez reports, while they acknowledge there's work to be done, they also point out that some of that work is already well underway.
We won't quit until we get it right.
A promise from Chicago's top cop as his department comes under fire once again.
While this report certainly highlights what needs to be addressed and where we need to improve, we must also never forget the 12,000 men and women who swore an oath to protect the Constitution, the city of Chicago, and every Chicagoan.
Johnson pointing out many of the findings in the report came from interviews with CPD personnel, adding the department has already taken significant steps to address some of the issues, including launching live scenario-based training for force mitigation and de-escalation, crisis intervention training with nearly 3,000 officers certified so far, partnering police recruits with teens from areas affected by violence so both groups can gain a better understanding of the other, and for the first time in CPD history, allowing the public to weigh in on a revision of the department's use of force policy.
Well, I'm optimistic and hopeful about the direction that we're heading in.
But the union representing most Chicago police officers questions the long-term impact of the report as the Trump administration takes shape.
I'm interested to see or hear what comes out of Washington after they get an opportunity to absorb this report because the ink's not dry yet.
And Chicago's former police superintendent Gary McCarthy questions not only the impact of the report, but the findings in general.
I was never interviewed. And if I'm the person who implemented the policies and practices of the Chicago Police Department, I would have started the investigation by talking to me.
Attorney General Loretta Lynch says attempts were made to reach McCarthy, but he was not available. Robin Erica McCarthy says that is nonsense, and he sarcastically added, quote, "They must be really great investigators if they can't find the former superintendent of police who lives right here in River North."
Well, you were able to find him to do the interview today, and he seemed like he was very eager to do it. That's one of the things that stood out here. I mean, how can you not do it with the input of the person who was in charge of the entire department?
Exactly. You know, and people who have covered McCarthy and Chicagoans know he's never been shy to talk about things, even tough subjects. So he pointed out the media can find him. He's surprised that the federal government couldn't.
Now, with McCarthy, though, aside from not being a part of this investigation, he didn't point to anything specifically that he believes to be inaccurate about these findings at this point?
Well, at the time we talked to him, he had not read the entire report, so he's still going over it with his legal team. That's what he wanted to do. But he also says he couldn't address any of it because he was never contacted to be a part of it, so he didn't know what was going to be in the report.
Okay. Thank you, Mike.